Grapes and wine are mentioned throughout the Bible, and in the first century, they were a part of Jewish customs, just like they are today. So Shoshana is going to tell us more about that.
Oh, shalom, my friends. Forgive me. Shoshana here, and Ishmael as well. I'm just enjoying some grapes. A little special treat to remind me of Nazareth. You know, in Nazareth, grapes are one of the four main things that we grow to support ourselves. We have wheat, barley, grapes, and olives. But we don't usually just eat the grapes like this. We'll usually take them and we'll crush them into wine. Now in Nazareth, it's not quite like this. You have lots of grass and many trees, but in Nazareth, our earth is primarily stone. So what we do is we carve out what's called a wine press. It's like a big stone bowl. And then at a very special time of the year that we call the Festival of Booths, we gather all of the grapes. Now the Festival of Booths is a time when we remember that our ancestors were living out in tents in the wilderness as they traveled to the Promised Land. It just happens to coincide with the same time that the grapes are ripe. So the entire week of the Festival of Booths, we'll set up tents and we'll sleep out there at night, and during the daytime, we'll collect all of the giant grape clusters and we'll take them over to our wine press. You know, maybe I'll just show you how we make our grapes. After we've collected the grapes and put them in the wine press, we have to get ready to stomp on them. Here, come with me. Now, usually if I was in Nazareth, we would wash our feet before stomping on the grapes. Of course, we don't need extra flavoring in the wine. But in Nazareth, I would just wash my feet by a river, or I'd draw some water from the well and then use a sponge to clean my feet. But I've been told here in the Gentile homes, you have something that creates running water. That means water that flows freely. So I'm going to try to use it and see how that works. Oh! That's amazing. Now, you might be wondering, why do we stomp on our grapes? Why not just use a stone or a wooden mallet to crush them? Have you ever bitten into a grape seed? It's very, very bitter. Our wine brings us joy. We don't want bitterness tainting our joy, so we use our feet because our feet are soft enough to crush the grape without crushing the seed inside so that our wine stays sweet. Here, let's go crush some grapes together. Now, like I said, once we've washed our feet, we'll take all of our clusters of grapes over to the wine press. It's usually the women and the children who stomp on the grapes. We make it a bit of a celebration. We'll sing, we'll dance, some people will play music while we're doing it. It's very fun. Now, I couldn't find a wine press like one we have in Nazareth, but I did find this stony carved area. And you'll see there's some grooves in the ground, similar to what we have at our olive presses, or even sometimes at our wine presses. I'll put the grapes here, and then I'll stomp on them, and the juice should flow right through that groove there, into this bowl. I'm sure it'll work fine. It didn't quite work how I wanted. Usually what we do is we take all of the juice that we've squeezed out of the grapes and we put it into jars. We could drink it right away as grape juice, or we could let it sit for a while and become wine. Then we usually mix it with water, for a couple of reasons. One, to make it last longer by stretching it out, but two, the water can make us ill, but by mixing it with the fermented wine, it keeps us from getting sick. I'll have to get more grapes and try again later. If you try this at your place, I hope you have better luck. Shalom, my friends.